Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. My name is Connor. I'm the product manager here at CrossMint for payments. And today we're going to get you going with your first Onchain subscription in under 5 minutes. So why would you want to use Onchain subscriptions? There's a ton of reasons why. There's interoperability with other businesses. There's giving value to your longest standing subscribers. They can sell their subscriptions on secondary markets. A ton of reasons why. This is not what this video is about. This is about getting you going in under 5 minutes. So what do you need to get started? You need 3 things. You need a CrossMint account. You need an IDE and an API client if you choose to use them. And thirdly, a wallet that supports the base Spolia testnet. MetaMask, Phantom, whatever works. So what is an Onchain subscription? Well, it's recorded as an NFT owned by one of your users, and that NFT is a special piece of metadata called expires at. And if expires at is in the future, that means your NFT is not expired and it's active. If it's in the past, that subscription is expired. So what do those NFTs sit in? They sit in a collection, which is a container CrossMint uses for all of our NFT collections that our clients create. So let's make our first subscription collection. So first thing we need to make those is API keys. So we'll head over to our CrossMint staging console, which we've made in the prereqs. We'll make a project. Here you can see I've made one called subscriptions, and we'll head down to the integrate tab. And we want to make a new server-side API key. So we want to include a few things there, all these scopes that we listed out, all the scopes in payments, and then all the scopes in minting, except burning, because we don't want to be burning our NFTs just yet. So we make a key, and we're good to go. Now we can make our first collection. So we're going to make these subscription collections via our CrossMint APIs. If you're using a Postman client or like Bruno, you can copy paste from here. I'm going to choose to use code. So I have my trusty IDE set up here. And honestly, I'm just going to copy and paste this piece of code in. Whenever we're using the code, we always want to make sure to replace things like this with our actual values, right? So our API key, we want to replace with our API key. So copy paste like that, and then our wallet address. So somewhere that we can receive payments from our users. Paste those in there. This looks like a request ready to go. And let's send it off. So we'll do node create collection.js. Boom, just like that, our first subscription collection is ready to roll. So we can see here, we have the ID of our collection, some of the metadata for it, right? First subscription collection. And then this important piece, subscription enabled is true. And if we go to our project, and we look at the collections, we can see one that we just made today. So we can see DB93, DB93. We're ready to go. So now that we have our collection and we can see it, we're going to make some metadata for that collection. So now that we're here and we have our collection ready, we want to make some subscription metadata for that collection. So we'll do manual upload like it says in the guide. We'll make our first subscription. Give it whatever supply you want, however many customers you want. Let's say we want 100. And you can also add any sort of attributes you want to your subscription NFT. So say you want only certain people to have concert access. Well, in the template for the NFT, you can add that here. So we'll say concert access, yes. And then we'll pick an image for this. Perfect. And now once we're there, we can see that we have our first template for subscriptions ready to go. So we have our templates. We have our collection ready. Now we need a way to sell our first subscriptions. And we're going to make that really easy for you. We're going to be using a pre-built repo for embedded checkout, which is one of Crossman's payment services. So following this guide, we're going to clone the example repo from here. And this is a public repo. Anyone can come in and start playing with these systems. I like to use GitHub Desktop because it's pretty easy to clone stuff. Crossman embedded demo, all cloned, and we pop it open in Cursor. Cool, and here we are. So now you can follow the guide for setting up this repo, but it's really simple. What I do is I just come in here, change my .env sample to .env local. Now we've got our environment variables, and we can see there are two missing here, the important project ID and collection ID. And we're going to take that from the collection that we just made. So project ID goes in there. Collection ID goes in there. And now this embedded checkout is pointing to the collection we just made. So we have some dependencies. We're going to pm install. Always remember to do this whenever you're working with someone else's repo. Looks all good. pm dev. Build it for the first time. And it looks like we're ready to go. We got our first embedded checkout in under 2 minutes. Awesome. Cool. So here we are. We have an embedded checkout looking at our subscription collection. And now we're going to buy our first subscription NFT. So pop in your email. Because this is staging, we're going to use a test credit card, the famous 4242. 4242, rest of these can be random. And then hit subscribe. And just like that, you've sold your first on-chain subscription. Perfect. So our NFT minted successfully, and we can actually go see our subscription live on chain. So in OpenSea, still loading some content, but we can see it's there, out in the world. Base scan, we can see our minting right here. And then in Crossman, we can see our NFT showing up in our wallet right here. And you can also check it out on the Explorer from there. Also, after people buy your NFT, they should get an email with the receipt. You can see here the one we just bought. Hit open collection, and boom, your NFT is inside of your Crossman wallet. So we have our subscription NFT. Now we get to the fun part, which is seeing if someone is actually subscribed. So how do we do that? There's two main ways. You can use Crossman's APIs, or you can venture off on your own and check the block explorer, whatever way you see fit. But we'll start with Crossman's APIs. So let's head here, take our trusty JavaScript snippet, pop it into our demo as such. And remember, you gotta put your API key in, copy it in. Let's get the metadata for this collection. See, I did not copy paste the collection ID in. Very, very common mistake. Go to our collection, copy it, put it into the query there. Perfect, now it works. So now we can see for this collection, right, it's our first subscription. And then we can see the NFT on chain. We can see the first one that we bought not too long ago. And it expires 1 month from today. That's November 17th. Today is October 17th. Looks like it's working as intended. This is one of the better ways to check on expiration. We have a whole suite of APIs you can use to see your user's metadata and their expiration date. So the other way you can see expiration date and active status for your subscription is through the Block Explorer. What's cool about this is it's public. It's the blockchain, so anyone can come in and see whether your customer subscription is active or inactive. So how we do that is for our chain, we go to a Block Explorer. For this case, Sepolia, we go to the base Sepolia base scan, and we look for our contract address. So go to your collection, smart contract, take your contract address, and paste it in here. And here we can see our contract out in the wild. And let's have a look at it. So we go to contract, code. If here you see something that says verify and publish and it's asking you to do it again, make sure you go through and do that, and that way you can read your contract properly. But I've already done that, so we go read as proxy, and then we can see all the information here for our base Spolia contract. And here's the important one, expires at. This is what makes your subscription a subscription. So you're looking here, you see token ID. Well, we've bought one NFT, and so that means our token ID is number 1. Hit 1, query, and here we go. Here's our expiration date. Now you're probably thinking, this doesn't look like an expiration date. That's because it's in Unix time, which is what time is written on Ethereum. So we just go over here, we're going to convert Unix to a human readable date, paste it in, and we can see the timestamp is for November 17th, which is 1 month from when I initially bought this subscription, so it's working as intended. This is really cool because if other businesses come in and look at the blockchain, check your customer subscription status, they can see, hey, it's in the future, your customer subscription is still active. If it's in the past, it's expired, don't give them the discount, access, whatever it is they want to do. Yeah, that's how you check with the Block Explorer. So if you've made it this far, you've made it to the end of the quick start, you should have your first on-chain subscription ready to go. Hopefully that took less than 5 minutes. If you want to enable this in production and sell it to your customers today, get in touch with our team, Crossmint Sales, and we'll enable that for your account. Until then, and until next time, happy building, everyone.